like to be useful, always like to share that knowledge. We gotta get away. You've got to remember to get away from those lunge attacks. They cause so many problems.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do, and now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through, cause I feel like taking off.
Hello peeps, what is going on? It's Miss C.O.Z here, and thank you so much for all the amazing support so far. We're on the road to 900. Let's go. Right, so Demon Souls, we're back with another video. The Man-Eater. Now, the Man-Eater it can be a really, I guess, a simple boss fight or a difficult boss fight depending on the RNG that you landed with. The idea is 2 Man-Eaters are supposed to spawn once you get around halfway through the health of the first one. In this case, use fire. They are substantially weak to it. You want to stay as close and aggressive as possible. The idea is, strategy over here, the idea is to finish the Man-Eater as quick as possible. When he does that lunge attack, roll to the side, roll either left or right. Then when he does that slam attack, you want to get that hit in, roll through his attacks, and just keep attacking, keep attacking. It will be good if you have a really fast-paced weapon if you're going melee. I didn't use magic on my playthrough, so I can't advise with that. There was also that scream attack that you saw there. Get away from it as it deals a little bit of damage and also stuns you. But yeah, pretty much for the first Man-Eater, all I did was slash, hack and slash, back and forth, and I kept putting pressure on this boss. If you let it linger around, it's going to spawn the second Man-Eater, and I've also, it was spawning quite a bit in my previous attempt as well. The thing about this arena is that you can fall off the sides, which is what probably makes the Man-Eater a challenge. But once you work out how to move around and stuff, the idea is either you use lock on and not in the corners and lock off, or you pretty much work on finishing one Man-Eater as fast as possible, because we've got that one out of the way as well. Alright, the second one's going to spawn over here as well, and the Man-Eater can fly and dish out these attacks too. However, I was so lucky with the first one, and not just that, I'd been for a few attempts, so basically I could finish him as soon as possible before you dealt with the other one. You don't want a 2-time. I think that is the challenge with the Man-Eater. When he does that green transformation thing, he also gives you an extremely long amount of time to just hit him. Go up the stairs. Keep moving is the key to this boss fight. You don't want to get stuck in one area. As you can see, he launches his AoE attacks and goes straight onto the ground. As soon as he gets on the ground, once there's no range attacks left, you need to get in there and slash up as quickly as possible, the same way you did with the first one as well. But yeah, the Man-Eater was quite a fun boss fight. I think for the early game boss fights within Demon Souls, it would be early game or mid game. It's pretty fun. It goes with that same trope of, you know, 2 enemies at once. But I think at this point, I got lucky with the RNGs. Like I said, I know that in a lot of other videos, they've got the Man-Eater, you're against the Man-Eater at the same time, and it can get nightmarish if you have 2 of these Man-Eaters on this really narrow bridge, which makes it extremely difficult for crowd control when they're hitting, as well as locking on and locking off on different targets. And that is what makes it challenging. I mean, eventually, once you get the grind of it, you kind of get a little bit lucky using fire as well, but you can also potentially finish the first Man-Eater before the second one even gets there first. And I think because I was constantly putting him in a loop where I was aggressive, make sure you take a lot of health as well. I was getting slammed. Those are some dangerous attacks. But if you put him on a loop where he constantly attacks you and goes short range, he shouldn't be able to do much damage to you. You should have nearly finished the first Man-Eater by the time the second Man-Eater spawns, which just makes this fight a whole lot easier and more manageable. I'm gonna get away from those spells as well. Yeah, but I hope you're enjoying the Demon Souls content so far. More of the boss fights are gonna come in my experience with them. Officially right now, presently, I've finished the early game, and I think the mid game as well, so I just have basically late mid game to end the game there, so I'm going to get through them. I'll probably get stuck on a lot of walls, but any tips that I come across if you're playing Demon Souls in 2024, I really hope that you utilize them well, because I always like to be useful, always like to share that knowledge. We gotta get away. You've got to remember to get away from those lunge attacks. They cause so many problems. Keep recharging your fire, in this case using pine resin. It really does help when it comes to the damage. And he's gonna fly back as well. Let's finish him, bastard. Whoa! No, he got me as well, but a lot of health too, because when he does hit, that's the thing, when he does hit, he messes you up pretty badly. So be sure to be stocked up on that. Alright, please subscribe, leave a like, I'll see you soon. Man-Eater is out of the way, and bye!